Losing fat is already a struggle for most of the people. Sometimes it's just lifestyle and eating problems that's needed to be fixed, and other times it's more difficult things like slow metabolism and bad genetics that are harder to work with. I spent hundreds of hours reading different scientific studies and research papers and compiled a list of big myths that people still believe or are doing for fat loss. Some of these myths are created by big industries or people selling their products to make money for them, and some of them are just old beliefs that we never care to verify in modern times and are still going with them. It's important that you know about these myths because only thing that's worse than not running at all is running in opposite direction. Following wrong practices can cost you a lot of time or damage to your health. I will try to keep my personal biases and experiences to minimum because our genetics are different and what works for me might not work for you. There is a reason why some of your friends eat all kind of junk and still look like a steak, while there are people who are weighing everything that goes into their mouth and still making very slow progress. Depending on our genes, our journeys are different mostly, but there are some things that are universal for all of us, and I will talk only about those universal truths here. There is a good chance that you are doing one of the myths I'm going to talk about in this video, and you might abandon the wrong practices after watching this video and choose a better path to make it easy and efficient on yourself. Now the first one is famous and you would have absolutely heard about it and may used to believe it. It's a belief that sweating can make you lose weight or your body removes fat through sweat. If there will be any weight loss through the sweat, it will mostly be the water and salt your body releases through that sweat, and you will gain it back after drinking a glass of water. It's a cooling mechanism for your body, not a fat loss process, but it's not entirely wrong and there is a very tiny bit of truth in there. Before we talk about it, let's discuss how our body actually removes fat to understand it better. When you are in sustained calories deficit for a quite some time, which means you are burning more energy than you are consuming, stored triglycerides in fat cells will break down into glycerol and fatty acids. These fatty acids and glycerols are then oxidized for energy, producing carbon dioxide and water as byproducts. According to landmark 2014 study done by Ruben Meerman and Andrew J. Brown, 84% of lost fat is exhaled out as carbon dioxide and 16% is converted into water, which is excreted in form of urine, feces, tears, sweats and other bodily fluids. So we can say that sweat plays a role, but it's negligible. For every 10 kg of fat lost, approximately 8.4 kg exits as carbon dioxide and 1.6 kg as water. This makes the lungs the primary organ for fat excretion. You are literally breathing out most of the fat. Sweat plays only a minor role in eliminating the water byproduct, which may or may not include a negligible portion of fat. So the main thing is eating slightly less than your body needs. If you are not eating in a proper deficit, you can sweat as much as you want and you won't lose any fat. But if you eat in calorie deficit but don't sweat at all, you will still lose fat. Your lungs can take care of it. The most important thing is creating a balanced deficit and keep breathing, and your body will take care of the fat loss procedure. Now the second myth is that you must do cardio for fat loss. There is no denying that cardio can make it very easy for you and help you a lot in staying healthy and using more calories. But saying that it's impossible to lose weight without cardio is wrong. There are many videos around the internet where people are eating 10,000 calories diet and they are trying to burn that 10,000 calories by working out, and you can see in these videos that how easily you can eat 10,000 calories with junk food. But when you try to work out and lose all of these calories, even one full day of working out is not enough to burn all those calories. If you are eating in a calorie surplus and doing cardio daily, you won't make any significant progress. But if you are not doing any cardio and eating in calories deficit, you will lose weight. It's a good idea to do cardio or any other kind of workout for your cardiovascular and overall health. But if you have any kind of injury or in a situation where you can't go for a run, then you can try strength training or any other sports that's possible for you, and you should be doing it. But relying on cardio alone to lose weight is not a good idea. There is a reason why you see people running and working out hard in parks for months but not making any difference in their physique. It's not that they are doing a wrong thing, but they are not accepting the truth that real magic happens in your kitchen. So if you are not eating in a proper deficit, no amount of cardio and training can save you, because you cannot simply outtrain a bad diet. Now third popular myth is that you have to restrict carbs to lose weight. Cutting down carbs can make some big difference in initial 6 months to 1 year, but after a year or two the results will be same whether you restrict carbs or not. The initial bump will be leveled in long term and it's same as any other calorie restriction method. Now if you have an event coming up, then it might be beneficial for you to lose some weight initially fast, but if you are in there for a long ride, it won't make any difference whether you restrict carbs or not. It's not only about carbs, but once people reduce them, they start eating more protein, which improves satiation and makes you less hungry overall. So for some people, it's just easy to maintain a deficit with higher protein diet, and it automatically goes up when you ditch carbs. Another thing is that digesting protein causes your body to consume more energy and hence cause more weight loss. So if you eat good amount of protein without worrying about carbs, the results won't be that different. Now there are other scenarios where cutting out carbs become absolutely necessary. If you are a bodybuilder who is trying to look as lean as possible on stage when competing, then I can understand that you cut out salt and carbs to lose that water weight to make you look more shredded. It's not healthy for you, but it's a common practice and most of the bodybuilders don't do it year around, but only for a small period of time before competition. Apart from bodybuilders, most of the UFC fighters and boxers cut out carbs and salts before weighing in to drop water weight for a short duration of time, but they depend hugely on carbs as their energy source year around. They need fuel, and lack of carbs can make them sluggish and affect their performance during long training hours and fights. Most of the marathon runners and other endurance athletes around the world need carbs throughout a day, and they need a lot of them before a main event. Good carbs are healthy fuel for our body that we need, and if you are concerned for your health more than any other thing, then they should be a part of your diet. Number 4 myth is that metabolic adaptation is permanent. No, when we start eating less calories than our body needs, we will use fat stored in our body as energy source. Everybody knows that, but when we keep eating in deficit for a long time, then our metabolic rate slowly drops down and adjusts to the new amount of food we are giving to our body. At that point, if you want to lose more weight, you have to further drop down your calories. It's called metabolic adaptation, as your body adapts to the new diet after some time. Now, there is a myth that metabolic adaptation is permanent and it won't change. Some people don't even begin the deficit thinking that they would starve trying to fight metabolic adaptation. Before I talk about this myth in detail, I would like to tell you that metabolic adaptation is not permanent. Your body returns back to its levels when you start eating maintenance calories. There are some tips I want to share with you to reduce the chances of metabolic adaptation. What you can do during your deficit is to do a 1 week of refeed after 1 month of deficit to stop your metabolism from adapting. During refeed, you should eat your maintenance calories for 1 week before continuing with the deficit. This will stop your body from adjusting to the new calories as you keep shocking it with maintenance after some time. Now, some people do 1 day of refeed after 1 week of deficit, but I prefer a whole week after 1 month as it worked for me better and give me some time to relax physically and mentally. Another thing is to avoid doing too large of a deficit as they are harmful for your health overall, damaging your hormones including testosterone in men, which is responsible for sexual health too, along with overall fitness. Don't drop more than 500 calories because it will be difficult to further reduce them when your body hit metabolic adaptation, and the muscle loss will increase as you increase the amount of deficit. Keep doing the resistance training along to build muscles because muscles burn more calories at rest than fat. So having more muscles will help you lose more calories even at rest, and calories requirement keep increasing as you build more muscles. Number 5 myth that we hear and is pretty common to this day is spot reduction. It's an idea that you can target fat loss in a specific body area like the belly by exercising muscles in that region. You would still see some people doing sit-ups to reduce belly fat, and you would see them doing it for months but won't see any significant difference in physique, especially in the amount of fat. The truth is that you can't make your body lose fat from a specific area. Genetics, hormones, age and sex play major roles in where your body will lose or store fat first. For an example, men often lose visceral belly fat last, while women might shed from arms or face earlier. Spot exercises like sit-ups can strengthen the underlying muscles, improving tone and potentially making the area look firmer once overall fat decreases. But they don't preferentially melt fat from that spot. Your body is mostly taking little amount of fats throughout your body. Depending on factors I said earlier, you may lose fat from one specific area more, but it's not like that your body will totally spare the other body parts. If the goal is fat loss or weight loss, then doing a deficit is more important than doing sit-ups. You should have probably heard a phrase that abs are made in kitchen, and it's true. You can have a best toned abs down there, but if there is a layer of fat covering it, they will be no good. No amount of sit-ups can help you as much in this case than doing a proper deficit. A simple cardio workout like running along with calories deficit might help you more than doing 100 sit-ups a day. Now the next and final myth is pretty popular, that if you are eating only healthy foods, you won't gain weight, or if you switch to healthy foods only, then you will lose weight. The truth is that it is possible to overeat and gain weight with healthy foods too. It is little difficult compared to junk food because fast food and sugary foods are more calories dense and easy to overeat with, but you can still overeat with healthy foods. Now some people don't have the basic concept of fat burning cleared, and they assume that there is a type of food that can act as fat burner, and more of it you will eat, the more fat it will burn. But the reality is that when you consume more calories, you end up getting more fat. The truth with some of the healthy foods like green vegetables is that they can make you full with less amount of calories easily and make it very easy for you to stay in deficit. There is no fat burner food or medicine that can work without damaging your health. You can easily overeat with nuts, almonds, olive oils despite them being healthy because they are slightly more calories dense than leafy vegetables. The thing is that we need to do portion management. You can lose weight even with small amount of junk food in your daily diet if you are managing your calories right, and you can still gain weight by overeating the healthy foods throughout the day. That's it for today guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, eat well, sleep better and move more.